So our boy Kunigami, stealing the ball like a menace once again, has turned out to be one of the most controversial characters since his return in the whole fandom. I get the sense that half of the fandom absolutely hate him, and the other half absolutely love him. This chapter, yes he stole the ball, yes he got past a few people due to his superior stats, however he didn't get a chance to shoot, score or anything like that. So I guess this was more so a failure on Kunigami on an individual level. However, in the perspective of the whole match, this was quite the success. He was able to make it to pretty much the goal scoring area, and then our boy Isagi was able to get the ball, which of course resulted in further problems which I'll get into shortly. However, getting them to be in that situation is still a success for the whole team and may result in a goal scoring opportunity next chapter. We'll have to wait and see. So yes, a individual L, but a team dub regardless of the chaos and of course his greedy playing style currently. I'm still waiting for that flashback. I'm guessing, as I mentioned in my previous video, that will most likely occur in the rematch, the revenge match against the one and only, where I guess we're finally going to see the rise and shine of Kunigami, where he actually goes all in and we see what he's truly capable of. But still, making his plays, showing that he's still dominant on the playing field is very important, and of course he'll most likely steadily improve after this. I'm probably on the Kunigami, I guess, fan side for now. I'm also in the middle, but I'm definitely slightly leaning towards the fan side. Of course, the next thing to talk about in Blue Lock Chapter 219 is the Metavision battle between Nico and Isagi. So as we know, Isagi has been using it way longer. As such, he's superior to Nico in this regard. However, he did get some help in overcoming him. Of course, thanks to the GOAT Raichi, the Duel King, one of the characters I didn't also expect to stay relevant since the start of the series. Him on the original team did stand out to some degree, but as a whole, he was more so a background character with, I guess, some comedy relief. But now with his stats being built up quite a bit, and him being put in the team and actually standing out and doing his job quite well, you love to see it. So all characters, even though they may seem as irrelevant to some degree, have been able to make their name known in their certain positions. For example, Gagimaru in the goalkeeper position, and now Raichi as the Duel King and an absolute beast in that regard, making him one of the best defender-like players we've seen in the series so far, if I'm being honest. Now onto something very important. You see this graph here? This tells me, and it's now telling you, that subscribing to this channel is probably your best option for more Blue Lock content. That's what I'll be providing. Of course, leave a like as well, it does help the video out. And of course, check out the recent Blue Lock content on the channel. Let's continue. So in regard to the previous chapter and now, with Isagi calling Nico's Metavision second rate, it is kind of funny, as Isagi was, I guess, the main reason Nico was able to evolve it so much this chapter in combination with last chapter. As for some unknown reason, he chose to explain it all to him in great detail, giving Nico this chance to evolve. However, he still isn't on his level. As such, he's talking his shit. So I'm guessing Nico's shine during this game is probably over now. We're probably going to cut back to the bigger fish like Don Lorenzo, Kaiser who's about to go in as well, and of course our GOAT. But the character I want to talk about today, the GOAT of chapter 219, is the one and only IQ. Last chapter we saw him have this reaction to the talk about Metavision, and now in this chapter with him pulling up on Isagi, he says this. So this is what you call Metavision Ha. This superhuman ability to see over the entire field. Meaning he was also able to predict the movements, making Isagi question whether he also has Metavision, and it most likely is the case. As I mentioned in the previous video, if you look back to the under 20 Japan game, on the entire field he was one of the, I guess, 3 or 4 characters who are already using Metavision to some degree with his predictions and ability to read the whole field. Then of course we have his eyes, so I get the sense that yes, he's using Metavision. It may seem like a lot of people are getting Metavision at this point, but out of all the characters, he's definitely one of them prior to the reveal about Metavision that had already showed huge signs of being able to use it, and it does make a lot of sense considering his position, experience, and everything along the lines of that. Also considering my theory that once you get to a certain degree of experience, you'll naturally have a degree of metavision. I think this may be coming out now, however him specializing in it to some degree is also a likely possibility. Then the climax of the chapter, IQ believes he has failed due to Yukimiya appearing in the open on the side for an easy pass for Isagi to make, leaving us with these questions. Will Isagi try and make it through IQ himself? Most likely not. Will Isagi shoot with that 40% chance? I think that is a possibility. Or will he take the opening and the pass? And if he does pass, will it actually goad him rather than someone like Kaiser, who last chapter was about to go in if it wasn't for Kunigami? Will he swoop in and take that as well? That is also a possibility. And then something very interesting I saw someone post is this comparison from this chapter and something very early in the series, where it's kinda a mirror replica of Isagi's game we saw at the start of the series, whether or not he's going to pass or believe in himself, believe in his own ego, as the person says, his original ego, and go all out here. Leave your comments down below of what you think is going to happen. But something else I wanted to mention regarding this series as a whole, and what I've seen a lot of people in the fandom comment about, is that Isagi is going to unlock or begin using Predator Vision. I personally don't think this is the case, but based on the way he explained Predator Vision in the previous chapter in comparison to his Metavision, it doesn't really give me the sense that he will be using both, and I think Metavision will definitely stay as his main thing. I don't think him using both will really make too much sense as like the short summary of what I'm trying to say here. I would however like to see your argument for why it could be the case. Of course, I get the sense that it's more in line with the striking mindset and could be perceived as the greatest, or I guess the overall goal the whole Blue Lock has was to create someone able to use the Predator Vision to an insane degree, as it seems better suited for specifically scoring goals yourself as a striker. However, as a whole, on a team perspective and resulting in the most goals, I do think Metavision is something much better than the Predator's Eye, at least from what we've seen of it so far. Of course, as this match continues and we learn more about it, Barou and other characters who are able to use it will most likely continue to evolve it, and of course I expect other, abilities to be explored in the future of the series. But that's everything for today's video guys, hope you enjoyed. Check out all the other stuff in the description. That's it guys, peace.